I'm currently polishing the island countertop, which is poured in place white concrete. Has white Portland cement, dolomite sand, and 3/8 dolomite gravel. And I also added, what did I add? I added some cellulose fiber, which is a type of fiber that doesn't expose itself outside the surface of the concrete. And I also added some, what is that? The stuff that reduces the water requirements. I'll try and put it in the description. But so I have a Harbor Freight circular polisher set to the lowest speed. I was told by a person who does countertops professionally that you don't want to use a random orbital polisher because it can dig in and create dips, and a circular polisher will do a better job of keeping the surface flat. I first polished with a 50 grit pad, and that was my goal was to get it down to like the sand level like this and try and get rid of most of the crazing and bumpy stuff like this. Like the crazing is there, like this type of crazing. I tried to get rid of most of that, try and get below this. Didn't get all of it. There were a few places that I had to patch. There were some voids on the edges that I patched, and the patch was just white Portland cement with latex binder. And like over here, there was an earwig buried in the cement. I dug that out and patched it. Somewhere around here, maybe this spot, there was like a piece of rubber or something in the cement. So there were a few places I had to patch and then redo it with the 50 grit. So the 50 grit I spent the most time on. And so this, I don't like this because it keeps dripping, and so I get too much water. So the pads that I'm using are 50 grit, 200 grit, 400 grit, 800 grit, 1500 grit, and 3000 grit. So I just finished the 1500 grit on the surface. I still need to do the edges. And I'm mainly just polishing the edges dry because I can't figure out how to keep them wet while I'm polishing. And a big thing is just to put up a lot of plastic to try and keep it clean. So the concrete dust left over is all wet and it cleans up pretty easily, but I'm just trying to keep it contained for the most part. And I made an apron out of the plastic, so that kind of keeps me clean. And then after each polish, I just rinse off the waste material off the top and then go to the next polishing pad. And it's pretty smooth. I can find little defects here and there with your fingers, but I think at the end of the day, it's concrete and it's going to do what concrete does.